Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter. This time, I'm going to show you some more things you can do with Alexa Card. Now, the last time, we actually just did the setup using the Alexa Flex. Now, you can do it with the input, any of the hardware Alexa devices you can do this with. So, if you've got those, you're set. So far, I haven't seen a way for it to work with the software ones, but that's probably a good way it doesn't, because those are going to be moving with you, so you really don't know what room that device is going to be in. So, having said that, let's go on to our smartphone interface, and I'll walk you through some of the things that I found yesterday and some things I'm still going to be checking out, but I wanted to get this out to at least kind of let you see a little more of what was going on, because especially if you haven't implemented this yet or you're thinking about it, I want to help you do some of the exploring before you get too far into it, just to make sure that you're going down the right path for you. So let's shift over to the phone, and we will go to the little 3-bar up top, down to settings. We'll scroll down to where, here, I'll just pick up the phone so I can see it easier. Okay, so then we'll do guard. Now, at this point, it looks like you can't do anything, and you really can't. So you'll tap on the little gear icon in the upper right-hand corner. Now, by default, you see where it says Echo Devices 4. Now, that's picking up all the hardware devices that are online that it knows about, or have been, at least the ones recently configured. Because I've got a couple that aren't showing. Actually, no, 1, 2, 3. It's showing 4 of them, one of which hasn't been online for a while, but that's fine. We'll deal with that one as we go, because it very well could be a case of firmware that needs to be updated before it can see them, which one of the devices has been offline for a while. So anyway, you can deselect, say, if the Echo input's always moving around or may not be online all the time, you can just check that, and then it's no longer being used for Alexa Guard. So you can take something away if you don't want it. Now, see, for supported Echo devices, that should just take you to the hardware page. All right, so now let's go back. Now, we'll next go to lights. Now, this is something that if you've already got things set up and you're up and running, it will by default try to trigger all the lights, which is probably what you don't want to have it to do. You want to control which ones it can. So if the default configuration is going to try to control all lights. So this is something to think about, is when you go into that menu setting, maybe have one specific light that is used to be controlled by Alexa Guard. Maybe it's your front porch light, something that's maybe not already under control in your smart home. And when I say under control, if you've already got say like the LifeX interface allows you to have, and let's just shift over to that. The LifeX interface will allow you to set scheduled items up. You see schedules down here. We'll tap on that. So you see I've already got one bulb set up. So that's a bulb you probably wouldn't want to let Alexa Guard use. Pick one that's not being automatically scheduled by any of your apps, and that will make the troubleshooting a little bit easier, because you don't want things fighting for different resources. So let's go back to that. So at this point, I have two lights that could be used. I told it to not use the stove light, because typically I have that one manually shut off. So I said use the one by recliner. So that's 2 things right away. Now there's something else here that we want to look at, and that's Guard Preview. And this is going to let you have email updates when they have new features available. So how better than to really effectively use this than to know that something has happened without having to wait for the proverbial glancing across Amazon's web page or a supporting vendor saying, hey, this new feature's out there. This way you should be an early one notified. So at that point, that's all you have to do. And now we'll go back here to the main page, and this will show notifications. You probably want to leave that on, because you want the pop-up message on the phone to let you know that you've enabled Alexa Guard. And I'm sorry if I'm tripping some of your devices, but I'm going to work on a way not to do that. We'll say Madam A, and I'll try to start doing that one since I've got my wake word set to something else. And if you do run into a problem, and okay, let's go, yeah, that's all we're going to tackle at this point. If I go back here into, and this is one problem I did run into, and I didn't think about it at the time. If I go to device settings and we go to, where is the one that we had earlier? There we go. The one that says, okay, Studio. Just look for one that says Studio like I labeled it yesterday. Now, this is a little feature. Well, I hate to call it a feature. It's more a glitch. Feature was being sarcastic. This is something that if you look where it says wake word and loading, I have yet to see this clear. So I think there's a bug in the software or they haven't gotten it fixed, because I waited several hours and tried this again and it did not clear. And I've had this happen on more than the Echo Flex. I've had it happen on the Echo Input. The Input I didn't think so much about because it was a new enough device. I thought, well, maybe the control program just hasn't caught up to it, but I don't think that's the case. So you can literally ask your Madam A device how to change the wake word, and that's the easiest way to do it. I'm not going to start the process now because it's going to trigger somebody's device, and I'm trying not to do that. So you just see, you wake up your device by using the current wake word and how do I change my wake word, and it will literally walk you through the prompts. So that's how I got around this situation and got that up and running. So just a little tip there on, if you do see this happen, there is a way to get around it. So that's what we've got for this update on Alexa Guard. I am going to be, I got ahead of myself here. There's one other thing we need to go look, and that's where, let's see, let me get back over here so where you can see what I'm seeing. And if we go there, go back into settings and go to Alexa Guard. Now, and I got off the path here, and I apologize for that. You see, we'll tap on the section that says lights. Now, by default, it will only show you light bulbs. Now, if you have, where's one? Well, we'll use this example. It's an outlet device. If you've got a light plugged into that because you've got a particular bulb that is not a smart bulb, then what you can do is just tap on the section here about change their type to where Madam A thinks that they are a bulb and not an outlet. So there is a way to do it. And I'm going to work on that in another video because I want to kick the tires on this a little bit before I go down the primrose path too much. And I'm trying to keep all my videos within about 10 to 15 minutes, have some good nuggets of information for you, and then we can just keep going forward on that one. So I am looking at some other things in Alexa Guard, even though it looks like at this point I won't be able to connect in either the ADT or the Ring systems, and hopefully I can get those in, but I don't want it to holding up these videos. There are some valid uses for Alexa Guard, so that really is something I think it's going to be worthwhile for you to think about having in your system. And something too you might want to think about is to use a label maker when you've got multiple devices. Actually put the device name on it. So if you've got one of them, we'll go over here. If you've got this one, say for example, set up as your kitchen flex, you can just label it as kitchen or something. So if you happen to get devices mixed up or somebody starts moving things on you and you don't realize it, then at least you've got an idea of what its name is. Well, I happen to go through the menus and see which device is online and offline. Just a thought. Appreciate everybody watching the videos. You will be seeing videos here or here as next steps to look at on this one. If you jumped into this particular series midstream, then I'll help you get back to the first ones to kind of get you on even keel to start with. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Would really appreciate that. And then make sure you click on the notifications bell and select all notifications so that you can be told, or supposed to be told, whenever there's new videos out. Well, I've just about come to the end of my time. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.